The first thing I'm going to say is that I believe that we take family for granted. We don't place the value in family as we should. We will have a tendency to believe and think that there are other things that are more valuable than family. Now, I think that one of the reasons why we may feel that, or we don't put much value in family, simply because of a lot of the things that happen amongst family, whether or not is husband and wives, conflict there, conflicts between father and sons, daughters and mothers, daughters and fathers, sons and mothers. But we have to understand where this source comes from. Now, it's no doubt that those of us who know, I'm sure we should know better, that, God ordained family. After he created, just think about it, after he created the entire world, created this world, this earth, he created family. He created Adam and Eve. And then after doing so, what did he tell them to do? He told them, he said, I want you to be fruitful. I want you to multiply. I want you to replenish. I want you to subdue and take dominion, subdue the earth. This is what he gave us an assignment. He gave us a purpose of what to do when we're here. And the thing is, now we know that what happened to the first family between two brothers, where one took the life of the other. That was not ever God's intent, but it just goes to show what we as family members that we can have in our heart against one another. We are, the condition of our heart is what calls us to hate our family, to hate a family member, to have unforgiveness, the spirit of unforgiveness, which is something I definitely want to talk about. That spirit of unforgiveness, especially how it can just rest right in the midst of a family and just bring all type and just settle there and just bring all type of division and diversity and separation amongst family members. And I'm here to tell you that when you like that, let me put it like this. Let me say this: if you are a person, whether or not you're a father, son, mother, daughter, cousin, nephew, niece, aunt, uncle, and you're not getting along with other family members. Now, do we have some crazy family members? Absolutely. I'll be the first to say. We have some family members that are absolutely, unequivocally unable to get along with. But check this out though. The most important thing is that you do your part as far as to have fellowship, as far as to love, because that's the appeal of all, to love on one another. You have to love conquers all things, to tell you the truth. But it's what's in your heart. Now you can either allow whatever those differences are to continue to cause you to remain separated from your family member. But in all honesty, I can tell you now that one, God is not pleased. And number two, it is not healthy for the family in its entirety. So we really should take a real good close look at that and evaluate the situation. And I'm sure that for many of you, those of you who are professing Christ, you're professing Christianity in your life, it's no doubt you know that the enemy or Satan, or however you may want to refer to him, definitely wants to bring division in the family. So what's the reason why he want to do that? It's because he wants to destroy what God has already established, already ordained. And then the flip side of that is that when you look at it, it's that, in all honesty, I'm telling you, everybody loses. You have division in your family. Now, you may disagree, and that's perfectly okay. But in the end, everybody loses. Because I believe that when God placed family members into a family, each and every one of that family member has something to sow, has something to impart in that family. Now, God, of course, being a God of mercy, he does look over things, but yet still, though, We cannot allow that. Now, check this out. Let's take the story of Joseph and his brothers, you know, and look what they did to him. But they despising him because of dreams that he shared with them, that how, you know, that one day he was going to rule. And it was jealousy that set in. They came against him. If it wasn't for one brother, can you imagine? They wanted to kill him. And they was jealous of him because he was very loved by his father Jacob. Okay, but look what they did to him. Well, instead, they sold him to a band of thieves. Now, can you imagine? Why you do that to flesh and blood? And it just goes to show the magnitude of the heart of our heart and what we possess on the inside. Now, I mean, take a look at it. Those of you who are watching, those of you who are listening, look at your own self. Take a look at your family. Okay, can your family be closer together? Do you not desire that your family is closer together? Look at all the division that lies in the midst of our families. In the end, nobody's winning. Nobody's winning. Yes, you may be doing well. I may be doing well. You know, somebody else, another family member may be doing well. But in the end, everybody loses. You may disagree, and that's okay. But from what I've seen and what I have been able to witness, especially since the transition of my father, that everybody loses. The other side to it too, that, you know, I'm going to go here with this. When we talk about wealth, all right, we think that our wealth, or we have a tendency to believe, or let's say society places wealth, you at being a wealthy person, on materialistic things, okay? Whether or not it's multiple houses, cars, money, how well your portfolio is established, you know, those tangible things that, you know, we as individuals, we go out to pursue and to seek and to have, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. The Bible talks about us being wealthy. It talks about us being people of wealth. That's going back to the Genesis mandate in Genesis 1:26. Okay, yes, we're supposed to obtain these intangible things, but I've come to this conclusion, and this is what I've been able to see. God has allowed me to see and open my eyes to understand and to see over the past month and a half, that we really place our value in the wrong things. It is wrong for us to place our value in materialistic things over family members. Can you imagine how many families are divided because of material things? Whether or not it's houses, whether or not, let's say, you know, a loved one transition, and he has cars, they have houses, they have a large bank account, they have insurance policies, and what have you. Just imagine, think about all the families that fight over these materialistic things. Just think about that. It's sad that it has to come to that. And it's all because, again, as I'm going to say, it's about the heart. It is the heart of man. You know, and I've been so shocked. I'm going to say it this way. I understand why God destroyed the earth in the first time. Man's heart can be so wicked. And we allow that to overcome love, hate to overcome love. And we're wrong, because God is a God of love. But we value family more than materialistic things. Guess what? Family bond will stay together. This is something that someone had wrote. They had this quote in it. It says that a family is a deep-rooted tree with branches of different strengths, all receiving nourishment from an infinite source, which we know is God. Okay, so God and plant. And it says that a family is where character is formed, values are learned, ethics are created, and society is preserved. A family is where all members contribute and share, cooperate and work, and accept their responsibilities toward the good of the group or the good of the family. A family is where holidays are celebrated with feasting, birthdays acknowledged with gifts, and thoughts of days gone by kept alive with fond remembrance. A family is where each finds solace and comfort in grief, pleasure and laughter in joy, and enjoyment in daily living. A family is a haven of rest, a sanctuary of peace, and most of all, a harbor of love.